Hello everyone, this is Tyrell Ordine aka the Cricket Rockstar Devo. We have a packed show to cover for you all tonight from the India versus Pakistan Asia Cup match, which was pretty much one-sided to go along with disgraceful scenes which was seen by millions of cricket fans around the world at the end of the match, which I will get to later on, and the last game of the league phase of the Caribbean Premier League, which involved the Guyana Amazon Warriors and the Barbados Royals that played at the Guyana National Stadium in Providence. But let me put out a disclaimer one time. What I'm going to say in this video is unbiased. Furthermore, the views expressed in this video are all my personal thoughts and takes. This is a message to those also who want to make xenophobic racist slurs and say talk about your own team, stay away from ours, etc. Anytime I see anybody say this on any of my videos or any of my social media platforms, you will be blocked and will not be given a second chance. That's all I have to say. First and foremost, let's get to the India-Pakistan match because I have a lot to say on that. India through to the Super Fours of the DP World Asia Cup as they comprehensively defeated Pakistan by 7 wickets with more than 4 overs to spare in what was said to be a typical one-sided affair and with no fear whatsoever. As for Pakistan, what can I say? As usual, against India, they were outplayed in all 3 departments. Furthermore, this Indian side are completely unstoppable, let me tell you. What I also want to say about this Pakistani team, whenever they play against India, they always look to be extremely nervous, to say the least. And it has been happening like that for a number of donkey years now. India, whenever they play against Pakistan, they always come out with an aggressive mindset. But what happened at the end of the match is something that I would like to say from my own words and my own opinions, because I did watch the match from the beginning till the end. Now, people were telling me not to watch the match and stand in solidarity with India. I decided, as a neutral cricket fan who follows both India and Pakistan closely, watch the match with my own eyes and say what I have to say afterwards. So, firstly, the reason why the Indians won this match so easily was thanks to their spinners, Kuldeep Yadav and Akshar Patel. They were completely unstoppable in the middle phase of the Pakistani innings, where they kept the Pakistani batters down completely, forcing them to play reckless shots when it wasn't needed. But don't forget, at the top, there was Hardik Pandya and Jasprit Bumrah, who started the rampage, which led to Patel and Yadav destroying the Pakistani batting lineup. Then when the Indians came out to bat, it was Abhishek Sharma, 31 of 14 at the top of the order, who got the Indians off to an absolute flyer. And Surya Kumar Yadav, on his birthday, the birthday boy, as captain, smashed 47 of 35 deliveries, finishing things off in what has to be the most sensible manner of innings. Now, India could have been chasing less than 100 on the board had it wasn't for Shine Shah Afridi, aka the Eagle. His fireworks in those 33 runs of 17 deliveries at the back end of the Pakistani innings got them to 127 for 9. Now, at one point, they could have gotten to less than 100 had it wasn't for their top order and middle order. They were looking very idle, sorry to say the least. Now, Farhan top scored with 40, but it was at a very slow pace on what was a turning slow wicket at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium. 47 balls for 40 runs. In my opinion, that is not T20 standards. That is like if you're playing a one-day game. Now, both India and Pakistan went unchanged from the last game, carrying 3 spinners in their respective lineups. Furthermore, the Indian spinners, they were hard to get away. As for the Pakistani spinners, there were only 2 performers in the spin attack. Who would have ever thought that opening batter, Saim Ayum, who so far has been Pakistan's leading wicket taker in the campaign with 5 wickets in 2 games. He has made 2 ducks, and I think he is slowly becoming a bit like how Mohammad Hafiz used to be in his prime. He took 3 for 35 from his full quota of 4 overs, and Abrar Ahmed, the mystery leg spinner. Now, the Indian batters had trouble facing him in the past in the Champions Trophy. Abrar was very economical, conceding only 16 runs without taking a single wicket from 4. Now, this is the part where I know a lot of people are gonna bash me and hate me for saying this, but after the match, immediately after Yadav hit the winning runs, he and Shivan Dubey immediately walked straight back to the pavilion without shaking hands with any of the Pakistani players. They shook hands with the umpires and stormed off like if it was a typical pitch invasion in the 70s, 80s, and the 90s. They stormed off without shaking hands with the Pakistani players. Once I saw it on television, I realized shit was about to go down. Remember earlier on in the toss, both captains, Shreya Kumar Yadav and Salman Ali Agar, refused to shake hands. However, it was revealed that the match referee, Andy Pycroft from Zimbabwe, told the Pakistani captain not to shake hands. But let me also say this. As much as I like both India and Pakistan, I totally condemn this act of pettiness committed by the Indian cricket team. Now, as much as I love the Indian cricket team, just like how much I love the Pakistani cricket team, this act must be condemned. Why, just after you emphatically defeated Pakistan, you should have done the customary thing, and that's shaking hands. However, because of all what happened at Palagam back in late April, they just stormed off. Even the players waited by the dressing room, or they refused to open the door. They kept celebrating like if it was a regular victory. You see, at the end of every single sporting encounter or sports match, the handshake, the customary handshake, has always been a matter of equity. Where the hell was the spirit of cricket in yesterday's India-Pakistan game, which was Sunday? Where the hell was it? Why they didn't shake hands at the toss will always be a mystery, and why they didn't shake hands in the post-match presentation, that will be something that will be talked about for days and years to come. I would not be surprised by any ways if the ICC or even the match referee doesn't take strict action. And to add salt to the wound, the Pakistani captain refused to attend the post-match presentation. What was worse to see was the head coach going into the press conference and had to be answering all the questions that the media had for Salman Ali Agar. Even the coach had to do all them things. All I can say is, as a neutral cricket fan myself, who support both countries with a lot of love and respect, while I understand the need to stand by the victims of the families who lost their lives, who lost their relatives, I should say, in the Palagam terrorist attacks on the 22nd of April. At the same time, I stand by what I had to say completely with regards to the customary handshake. It's just pettiness and complete cheapness to do such an act like that, especially in a multinational event. You guys no longer play each other in bilaterals, but to do that in a multi-international event, come on, man. Plus, India, just like Pakistan, are responsible too for all the retaliation nonsense that happened back and forth after the 22nd of April terrorist attacks a few months back, which led to the temporary suspensions of both the Indian and Pakistani Premier League / Super Leagues respectively. The fact of the matter is, the other fact, which is not a surprise though, since the 2015 ICC Men's Cricket World Cup, India have won 14 out of the 17 encounters against Pakistan. All 14 came in all multinational events. As for the 2 victories Pakistan had was in the 2021 T20 World Cup, which everybody still raves about up till this day, and the 2022 Asia Cup, with the 2023 Asia Cup 50-over match washed out due to inclement weather. That's the only 14 games they won. The only 2 that they lost was in T20 World Cup and Asia Cup. Since now, this is stats from the 2015 50-over World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. Moving away from Asia Cup to the Caribbean Premier League, it is now officially confirmed that the St. Lucia Kings and the Guyana Amazon Warriors will have 2 bites of the cherry come CPL playoffs, which bowls off on Tuesday. As for the Trinbago Knight Riders and the Antigua and Barbuda Falcons, they'll have just one shot. It's win or go home. This is after the Warriors, the 2023 champions, defeated 2-time champions, the Barbados Royals, by 64 runs, which means that Amazon Warriors and the Kings will play the first qualifier on Wednesday. As for TKR and the Falcons, they'll play the eliminator on Tuesday, which means the winner of the eliminator will face the loser of the first qualifier on Friday, As for the loser, who loses the match, they'll be out of the competition. It was a dominant display from the 7-time finalists as the Warriors, who are aiming to secure its second CPL title if they go all the way in a week from now, in their last league phase match, posted 189 for the loss of 6 wickets from 20 overs, which proved way too much for the Royals batting lineup, which capitulated for only 125. I'm happy that they made changes to their batting order following numerous changes to its opening combinations so many times this season, which has led to them struggling earlier on, then coming back to pick up the pace. Why I'm saying this is because this young lad who came through the breakout league, Quinton Sampson, he for the second straight game in a row has been the standout for the Warriors, with a brilliant half century of 38 deliveries. Now in the last game he played before this one, he made 76, which was a match-winning innings that secured the Player of the Match award in what was a dramatic last ball finish against the Kings, which was a bit irrelevant as they knew for a fact that they had to secure a playoff spot. Now, Sampson showcased his power hitting skills, and he, in my opinion, could be fast-tracked into the West Indies men's T20 team. You never know, given that the men's T20 World Cup, which is happening in India and Sri Lanka, is in less than 5 months from now. And another fact that must be taken into consideration is that guys such as Evan Lewis, Brandon King, and Johnson Charles have all had poor CPL campaigns this season. And this is an exam, and this is where Darren Sammy and co in the selection committee should give Sampson audition before the big event come February-March. Shemron Heckmeyer, on the other hand, who has been in and out of the West Indies team for a while due to fitness issues, he's finding form just at the right time for the Warriors going into the playoffs. He made 68 vital runs at that number 4 position, and I'll say this right now with open eyes and ears, he should be batting at number 4 in limited overs cricket for the West Indies moving forward all the time, rather than having someone like a Kisi Karti who just slowly holds back the innings. When he needs someone who can score fast-track runs at hemorrhaging rates, Heckmeyer is one of them. So as Rutherford, who did struggle today for the Royals, but Heckmeyer and Rutherford should bat at 4 and 5 for West Indies moving forward. Even Godakesh Moti, I would like to talk about too, who once again is having yet another excellent season, especially in the middle phase. He took his first 5-wicket haul in T20 cricket, 5 wickets for 21, in what was an exhibition display of terrific left-arm finger spin bowling. And just almost a week ago, he got a contract to play in the SAT20, which is happening in South Africa at the end of this year for well-deserving performances. And talking about the points table, St. Lucia Kings, Guyana Amazon Warriors, and the Trinbago Knight Riders, they finished first, second, and third position, all on different net run rates. Just like last year, for example, when it had the whole lights out fiasco, net run rate decided who played the first qualifier and the eliminator. Same thing is happening again this year. 12 points, Kings 12, Amazon 12, TKR 12, all with different net run rates, with the Kings and Amazon having better net run rates than the Knight Riders. As for the Falcons, who finished in 4th position with just 11 points, who would have ever had thought that the Warriors, who had to win their both remaining final league phase games to become the last team to secure playoff spot, would end up in 2nd position in a fascinating net run rate, which is better than the Knight Riders, who coincidentally was the first team to secure playoff position. How did they manage to finish 3rd? Well, let me tell you all why. And let me tell you all this secret that's been going on. Now, this was something that I should have kept secret, but the facts must matter. Or should I say the facts must matter. Let me tell you all something. I was telling a friend of mine more than an hour or 2 ago that the Trinbago Knight Riders, after becoming the first team to qualify for the playoffs, they have not been taking their cricket nor the campaign seriously. Why? Because they're overhyped and studying to party rather than train hard to secure those important top 2, which would have given them 2 bites of the cherry. Now they're in danger of missing out on the finals due to the fact that every single game now they have to play is win or go home. The real reason why they're struggling is because they're doing absolute foolishness. They changed up the tactics. They were giving other players an opportunity. Those who shouldn't have gotten game time, such as Kisikati and Darren Bravo, who aren't modern day T20 players, plus Darren himself is past prime. Everybody should know these kinds of things. Yet still, Bravo did shit by changing up the tactics. Then Mohamed Amir, who has played every single game, he got injured. He's a concern coming into the playoffs now, as he did not play the last 3 or 4 games because of that left foot injury. And that is something very serious. They brought in this guy from the US. He was very expensive against the Royals. Ali Khan, who only played 2 games because he struggled. What is really going on? This isn't the side, this isn't the TKR team that got off to a flyer earlier on in the season when they had guys like Monroe and Hales who was scoring the bulk of the runs at the top of the order, especially Monroe, who was their leading run scorer. He's second now on the run scoring table. As for guys such as Puran and Pollard, who had to save them several times, they did their best, but again, they only studying to take up the money, party, and underperform after making playoffs. This was a similar situation just last year, and it's happening again. If you look at the England men's team, for example, under Brendan McCullum as head coach, or should I say Bazball, they have lost critical test series due to just playing golf and playing with T20 mindset rather than training hard. If I was running a T20 franchise or coaching an international team, I would have laid down the law with strict rules, such as banning boat rides / parties, along with strict curfew hours. And another example with regards to curfew hours, you all remember this, the Trinidad and Tobago senior men's national football team, when they were playing the Gold Cup in the United States not too long ago, just a few months back. Most of their players was caught breaking curfew and partying in Texas. And what was the result out of that? They failed to win a single game. Now they're nearly at the bottom of the table regarding FIFA World Cup final round of qualifiers in a group which consists of Jamaica, Curacao, and Bermuda. They have only 1 point from just 2 games. All their 4 remaining matches are must-win games. And with the way how they're playing now, I do not see them qualifying with due respect. With all that being said, that's it for this video. Till then, guys, be good, be cool, stay frosty, have faith, and we'll continue. Bye.